Mexico is a country with a dangerous enemy who threatens to destroy some of the important cities of this one. And what are these enemies? No, there isn't only one enemy. It is a group of big walls of rocks. Rocks which sometimes in the past rumbled the ground. These are the volcanoes. But why this? What is the cause that they threaten to destroy the places in which we live? Now, here's the explanation. The crust of the earth is divided in many pieces which are carrying the continents and the oceans. As we know, there are two types of crust, oceanic crust and continental crust. Those kind of pieces are called plates and they are moving over the surface of the mantle. The movement is caused by the force accumulated inside the planet. We have a big phenomenon caused by this movement, the subduction. And one of the big areas of subduction is called the Ring of Fire. And why we have to know this? Well, inside the earth, the melting materials are rising through the mantle to the surface. When these materials rise under the crust, break this and move the pieces to the opposite sides, also creating new rock called oceanic crust. And when this crash with the continental crust, the oceanic crust moves down. And that's the time when they wake up. When the oceanic crust arrives to a special depth, this and all the materials that was draining melt and form a new magma with a special characteristic. That magma contains big quantities of gas that make it unstable. That's the way that a subduction volcano born. And those are the volcanoes that exist in Mexico. The most dangerous, the most explosive, and one of the most destructive forces in the planet. Near to the Mexico City are one of these volcanoes, the Popocatépetl. This is the most active volcano in the area and the second highest peak in Mexico. On December of 2005, the volcano produced a new explosion that provokes a column of gases and ashes of about 3 kilometers of height and an expulsion of lava. That was the most recent proof that it is dangerous for people who live in the city and for the other towns around. The volcanologists said that the volcano had an historical eruptions which affect a big area around the building. And we are in extent of another big eruption. Other volcano near to the Popo is the Iztaccíhuatl. It is extinct now, but in the past caused destruction, and is one of the predecessors of the Popo. But he's sleeping now. Also, the highest mountain in Mexico is the subduction volcano, the peak of Orizaba. This volcano is located between Puebla and Veracruz, and it had its origins in a violent eruption many million years ago. Its last activity was in 1687. Since this year, it has remained inactive. He is sleeping too. Another colossus are the fire volcano and the snowy of Colima. The fire volcano is located between Jalisco, Colima, and Mexico. Through the last 500 years, The volcano has had a frequency of activity of explosive type with a number that overcomes 30 eruptions. The Snowy of Colima is ubicated in Jalisco and it doesn't present activity since many thousand years. Now we have the Paricutin. This volcano is one of the youngest volcanoes in Mexico and is famous too. It is situated in Michoacán, near to the town of San Juan Viejo. In February of 1943, the ground started to rumble, break, and expel gas and rocks. That's the time when the Paricutin was born, and the small town was destroyed. Wherever we see, in Mexico, we have a big range of danger because these explosive mountains, and the people doesn't understand that it's dangerous to live near today. These volcanoes that I mentioned, they aren't alone. There are more volcanoes like this in Mexico, and near to this, most of the populated cities. These are the volcanoes of Mexico.